shit. We filmed on a cruise ship for like 2 days.
Yeah.
When we were entered the Italian airport, JJ you got pulled aside, to check your bags.
Oh yeah.
I was behind you, and I had a marijuana cookie in my bag. So if they'd have taken me, we would have been we would have been finished.
So what you're saying is JJ saved your life.
JJ took the hit for me. So thank you very much, my friend.
Well, I mean,
What did you have again, JJ? Just too much money.
I think so. I
reckon it was racism.
Also because I'm black. I think that helps.
Wait,
It wasn't me, to be fair.
So is JJ saying that racism saved Harry?
Oh.
Hey. What
Well, let's not get too political. But anyway, today we've got the craziest airport security fines.
Bro, I love Harry, man. I think he's great. I think Harry's the fucking hilarious.
Let's go.
Weapons to animals and even body parts. You
Oh,
wouldn't
of course.
believe half of the wild things people have tried to smuggle onto an airplane. A man in the Dominican Republic tried to take advantage of American airport security agents by faking a disability, only to suffer instant karma.
What are these edits, bro? What are these edits?
Two-year-old boarded an international flight to North Carolina riding an electric wheelchair. After his
Bro, man's got skills. I can't do that.
wheelchair tested positive for drug residue, security rolled the man aside and discovered a staggering 23 pounds of cocaine hidden inside it.
Oh my god.
That's But what I don't get is like he can't take that on the plane, surely. Like they don't. If you're in a wheelchair, they don't take your wheelchair on the plane with you, do they?
No, they store it in the
Yeah,
thing,
I think they do.
Do they? No, they don't. There's no place. If it's an electric wheelchair, where does he sit?
They put him on a different wheelchair, put him in his seat, and then put his one in. The
Yeah,
car.
that's true.
Got you. Okay.
Worth over 370,000.
It's just in the seats, bro. Fuck.
Stateside. Even though the smuggler's legs actually worked, there was nowhere left to run. We've all
His legs
heard
actually
outrageous legends of the Florida
Man's holding an alligator or a crocodile. I don't know the difference between the two.
man, but likely none as
Jesus.
bird-brained as this one. TSA agents in Fort Lauderdale, Florida discovered someone trying to sneak a handgun onto a flight by hiding it inside of a whole raw chicken.
What?
Of course, agents couldn't
Why were they
resist
taking a
publicly
raw
shaming
chicken?
I think it's worse trying to take a raw chicken on a fucking flight than a handgun. What the fuck?
Bro, you get pulled over for a raw chicken, don't you?
Yeah, you can't take like meats and stuff over.
So they've put it in something that's gonna get pulled up anyway.
Yeah.
Dumb.
So dumb.
They should have cooked it first.
What do you think you could smuggle it in to get away with it?
I'm not giving anyone any ideas.
My butthole.
Nah, they searched that cavity, bro.
Yeah, but they might pull the trigger and it shoots them.
And you.
No, it's shooting out of a hole.
How are they getting past the barrel to the trigger?
It's wide.
Surely what you want to do is
God.
you got to like disassemble the gun and put it in like different put it in like a toy car or something. Because if it's
Okay,
just a
you've
gun,
done
it's
this
obvious.
before.
You know, you sound
You've
way
done
too
this
experienced.
before.
Yeah, I was about to say,
I wouldn't have
sounds a
thought
bit
of that.
too real.
This is the test, and you failed.
Oh no.
Stuffing a firearm in your holiday bird for travel is just a waste of time.
Oh, your birds.
A man was caught in Norway
God.
attempting to smuggle in 24 exotic reptiles, consisting of 14
Oh.
ball pythons and 10
Snakes on a
geckos.
plane.
In his attempts to hide the animals, he stuck them into stockings and taped them all along his
Wait,
body.
they've got snakes in them.
That's
No way.
horrifying.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I'm alright. Poor snakes as well, man.
With
That's
the
horrible.
animals crawling around under his clothing, marks on his body were
I know
noticed
that's
by
an edit,
border
but
The edit in there is good, by the way. That is good editing to mimic that's ingenious.
swiftly apprehended him. When asked why he'd attempted this illegal and very strange caper, the man simply replied, "I'm an absolute reptile nut." I guess he'd had to
Yeah,
see a
man.
little nutty to think he
Right.
could get away with it. They say a good hairline is worth its weight in gold, but one Indian man might have taken that saying a little
Wait,
too
what?
seriously. After seeing an odd shape on his skull through the x-ray, security peeled his wig back to discover a massive quantity of melted gold underneath, which he had attempted to smuggle to avoid paying import taxes.
Melted gold.
Nah. to avoid import tax.
No,
Nah, to be fair, I reckon it'd be nuts the import tax on a load of gold. They'll
How
stiff
much
you.
gold was it? How much gold? Let's see.
Avoid paying import taxes.
Must have been so heavy on his
1,000
head.
tons of cocaine are smuggled from Colombia.
Oh, it doesn't even say how much it was. Oh.
It can't be that. Oh no, it could be that. You know when Vic won his gold in the video, it was tiny little thing and it was worth 10
Yeah,
grand.
that would
Like,
be worth
To,
a
yeah,
lot.
to be fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, wouldn't that cause like an indent in his head? You know how like how all these streamers have indents.
Well, he's only doing it for like.
You
Yeah,
saw
for
one
years,
clip.
So it's only for a flight. It's not for like his life.
Thanks to two harebrained women, that number was about 4 kilos short in 2022. At two different Colombian airports, sensors were set off when women with huge, puffy hairstyles passed through. In both
Oh, it's in
cases,
the hair.
security pulled the women aside. And after a quick check of their stylish hairdos, dozens of hidden
Damn.
vials containing cocaine were found nested among their wild hair extensions, which added more than 4 pounds to each of their heads.
Literal
When
crackhead,
scanning a
man.
laptop at Richard Airport, TSA
That was a
agents
good one.
discovered more than just a high-end GPU inside. A would-be smuggler had artfully hidden a knife inside the computer, perfectly placed between its inner parts.
you heard the story about Tobias when he smuggled a kitchen knife by mistake.
By accident. Yeah.
That was
Mad.
mental.
You just incriminated your mate.
No, he got caught. He got caught, and then he was
Oh,
like, "I'm
yeah.
sorry, I was just moving house the other week." And he had this fucking massive kitchen knife.
I was gonna say, when you see drugs, I'm kind of like, they were trying it. But when you see weapons, I'm always like, what were they doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah,
I
what
was
the
thinking
plan?
that.
Why do they need that on a
Like, why are
plane
you
or an
taking a knife? You can not advocating for this, but you can go to any store or shop and get a knife, like a kitchen knife, or you know what I mean? Weird.
Oh, good point. Yeah.
That's scary.
After the Chinese government levied a high import tax on all smartphones brought into the country, a massive tech black market was born. iPhone smugglers like this man tried to make a massive profit by taping hundreds of iPhones all over their bodies and even sewing
Oh, that
them
was
into
all
their
one
clothes.
guy.
But with a
That
belt
whole
of
table of
iPhones
fucking
peeking out of
phones.
this
One
guy's
guy.
pants, it wasn't hard for security to catch on to what he
my
was doing.
days.
Another man was caught attempting the same thing. But of course, all it takes is a single step through the X-ray machine for them to get caught red-handed.
What were they
Drug
expecting?
smugglers
Yeah, the X-ray machine will see that shit, bro.
have got
Yeah.
to be some of the most crafty people on the planet. One of the craziest, though, has got to be the case of this 28-year-old Canadian woman
Right.
who faked being
She ain't
pregnant in an
pregnant,
attempt to
yeah.
smuggle $60,000 worth of cocaine from Colombia back to Canada. The woman wore a fake latex pregnancy belly stuffed with drugs.
But that
But
is-
got caught after airport security asked how far along she was. They noticed her reacting oddly to what should have been a fairly easy question to answer.
Why would you not prepare for that?
Well, I was just about to say, at the very least, you gotta prepare. You're gonna get questions.
Question?
Yeah, surely that's the first thing you know. You like,
Are you pregnant?
I just prepared a name.
Arrested the woman, and while they let her hide her face for the cameras, they made sure to get her fake belly in full view as a sign to smugglers to get to work on their next wild scheme, because this one hadn't delivered. Sometimes it's more than just pop
Good fun.
security needs to look out for. Every year, thousands of migrants
No.
try entering Europe for
This
a
was the
better
thumbnail.
life, and they'll try anything and everything.
fuck this, by the way,
Someone in this
claustrophobic as hell.
Two men were desperate enough to
Oh,
burn
no.
themselves inside of small mattresses that were strapped onto the roof of a van. At the Spain-Morocco border, guards grew suspicious of the mattresses, and after carving them open, they discovered the two men huddled inside.
What if they carve them open and there's nothing in there? Do they have to replace the mattresses? You've got to be pretty fucking on the money to go, I'm gonna carve this open. You'd hope so, wouldn't you?
Hopefully, they were well rested for their trip back home.
That's terrifying, but you got to think it's actually fuck. Their lives must be so fucked that they're trying to escape.
man.
like
That you'd
that.
risk doing that, yeah.
The amount of like videos I've seen of people trying to like cross certain borders or
Yeah, it's
immigrants
nuts,
trying
man.
to get
Bro,
it's,
so many people literally die. Like the fact you're willing to
Yeah,
risk your
man.
life. Oh, it's fucked, man.
yeah.
You thought drugs and guns were the worst thing airport security had to deal with? You'd be sorely mistaken. Smugglers were caught trying to hide 750 tarantulas in gift-wrapped boxes of oatmeal cookies. Definitely not what you'd want to find when you reached inside for a snack. Each tarantula could have sold for up to $6,700.
What?
Total
Is that how much a tarantula costs?
I didn't know it was that price.
I guess it depends on the tarantula, but fuck that.
That's like 5 boos.
Okay. Bloody hell.
Measures everything in boots.
Bro.
Skated haul worth over $350,000.
Who's
Some
buying
say
it? Who's
pigeons are
buying
the
a
rats of the
tarantula
sky.
for
But for one
£6,000?
Australian man, pigeons are worth a whole lot more than rats. Officials in Melbourne caught a man trying to smuggle 2 pigeons inside his pants.
No.
Oh
Now
my
I checked,
God.
and there are, in fact, pigeons in Australia. So this man surely had a very intimate relationship with these birds to try
Yeah, you fucking pigeons anywhere. I swear.
smuggling them home the
That's
way he did.
crazy.
That'd be terrifying having a bird next to your nuts.
Oh, yeah.
Not that type of bird.
If you're ever annoyed by having to take your shoes off at the airport, you can blame people like this guy. Security found it odd that despite being on a 2-day trip, the man had a large number of shoes packed away in his suitcase. The
Oh,
X-ray
like Josh's
machine found an
suitcase.
anomaly in the shoes, and after pulling back the bottoms, they discovered packages of narcotics.
Yo.
I
Fuck's
feel
sake.
like if you're smuggling, why you make it obvious? Like, no one's going with like 10 pairs of shoes. Like, that's all you've got. Or like,
Innit? Put it in your normal clothes, like 2 t-shirts, some shoes.
yeah, make it believable.
Bro, it's always greed that makes people get caught, man. They try and do too much.
Well, I imagine there's a lot of people who get away with a lot of stuff. Like, think of all the things we don't know.
Yeah, but those will be the people that keep it low key, no?
Yeah.
The
Maybe.
best smuggling technique we'll never hear about it because it will never get caught. It will just be
Exactly.
probably
That's
just
true.
mental
That's true.
Toothpaste. That's the place.
Jar of peanut butter that was setting off their
Peanut
sensors.
butter.
After taking a closer look, they were horrified
A gun.
to discover a passenger had tried smuggling in a disassembled pistol
Oh, there you
inside
go.
a jar.
Oh, there we
While
go.
some
Harry's
world
gone, Harry.
famous for
Harry
its
called it.
unique, fascinating, and often deadly wildlife.
And a bit of
Some
fucking GIF
Australian
in that
animals
button.
are so sought after that they can fetch absurdly high prices.
Damn, that's like 4 booze.
Okay.
Hi again, it's me.
2 Japanese men involved in one of these animal smuggling rings were caught in an airport in Perth after their luggage started moving on its own during
Oh,
a security
fucking
check.
hell.
After x-raying their bags, security made
That's
a
neat.
heart-wrenching discovery.
Yeah.
Tightly packed into
Oh.
small boxes in the corner of a suitcase were 13 bobtail
Oh, God.
lizards. In Hong Kong, where these men were headed, just one of these rare reptiles can sell for over $10,000.
Jeez.
Mad.
Profits, the men had left the
The thing is, though, they're risking the life of the reptile for money, and they're cramming like 12 of them fucking in there. It's just like, it's cruelty, and then it's just, it's too much.
lizards crammed in those containers for over 8 days without food or water.
Oh.
Thankfully, these animal abusers were arrested, and the lizards were released back into their natural habitat.
That's good.
Airport
Cool
security
reptiles,
agents in Baltimore were worried they had come across a Ninja Turtles luggage when X-rays revealed a sai, nunchucks, and a traditional style knife hidden in a carry-on bag. However, it wasn't a hero in a half shell, but just a wannabe ninja who found himself behind bars for trying to smuggle undeclared weapons.
Yikes.
While some drug smugglers' plans must work, some seem so dumb it's almost like they're trying to get caught. Like this 65-year-old Colombian man who just plopped a pound of cocaine onto his head and thought he'd be able to get it past
Nah.
Hide in plain sight, like, bruh.
Oh, wait.
It looks.
I kind of respect it, you know, because like, fuck it, man, like, he's like, it is what it is.
You
Yeah,
respect
they're
this?
looking. No,
That's
because they're looking for more
hilarious.
like, you know, they're looking for more intelligent smugglers.
Yeah.
This might go under the radar, and they're like, that's just a bad toupee.
Just got a dodgy trip. I reckon there's every chance he just strolls through with that, you know, and they're like, oh, fuck it.
They might think with the size of my forehead that I probably got something under there.
Oh, I wish someone else said that. It would have been funnier. It's not funny when you clown yourself.
Oh, really?
It's
Oh,
just-
okay.
Oh my god.
Oh, shit.
Fitted toupee
That's
and a
jokes.
hat. In 2005, airport security in Australia thought one woman's appearance seemed fishy. After arriving from Singapore, customs officials said her skirt made a flipping noise and discovered something unbelievable when they searched her.
Sounds like a perv.
This woman had somehow snuck 51
What?
live exotic fish onto a plane by putting them in water-filled bags that lined a specifically designed apron covered in pockets.
What if they
Thankfully, the
pop?
fish were relocated.
So, do you think they just figured it out from the smell?
Yep, there it is.
But
I
then,
just-
could you go out and be
Here we
like,
go.
why does your
Here we
pussy
go.
smell?
I don't know where it's going.
Okay,
I'll
yeah.
let you have that one.
No.
In 2013, Chicago O'Hare Airport security found themselves stuck with containers stuffed with 18 decapitated human heads.
What?
Don't worry though, this wasn't a serial killer shipping off his trophies, but rather heads used for anatomical research. The heads had been shipped to a lab in Rome
But they were
originally,
real
but on
heads.
their way back, the boxes didn't have the correct paperwork, leaving the TSA agents scratching their heads. Thankfully, when the news broke, the proper recipient came forward. Though it's gotta be awkward to show up in person and ask to pick up your 18 decapitated
Yeah,
heads.
can I have my heads back, please? What the fuck? Jesus.